Hello and welcome to episode 96 of Kaiju Curry House. I am joined by regular co-host Paul and new reoccurring host Connor Baxter.
Hey.
Yeah, we're livening it up tonight, folks. And because we couldn't come up with a defined topic for each night, we are just going to ramble and have fun and talk about large, dangerous, scaly things and our love thereof. So we're going to start off with everybody's favorite question, as always. What have Kaiju been up to? Connor, you're back with us again. I'm going to pick on you. What have Kaiju been up to?
Oh, fantastic. I've been, if we're talking about giant monsters or monsters themselves, I was dealing with the monster known as moving into a new place. So there's that, I guess. That's now sorted out. It's completely stress-free.
That is a beast, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it.
Everything's all sorted now. Studio's all set up and all that. But yeah. Aside from that, kaiju-related stuff, I recently bought the two Jurassic Park books by Michael Crichton, which is, of course, Jurassic Park and the Lost World. Unfortunately, because of work, I haven't started reading them at the moment, but I'll get to them, I swear. And
this is yet another person that host Joe is coerced into reading books. Paul's frowning right now because we had a conversation that I'm not allowed to bring up copious amounts of dinosaurs in this episode. But Connor's gone and done it for me.
There's your in.
Oh man, I've become Joe's new mouthpiece. But,
I convert everybody sooner or later.
Other than that, I've also been watching Ultraman 80 as of late. I've been trying to catch up on my Ultraman series, and it's a really good tokusatsu series. It's probably got some of the best tokusatsu effects from the 1980s in general. And from what I heard, it wasn't well received in Japan, which is a pity because it's actually really good as well. You know, the main character of that show is very endearing, you know, very likable, I guess. Yeah, it's very fun. I believe the special effects director that works on that show actually went on to do the special effects of the Heisei movies as well. So you can blame Ultraman 80 for all those beam blasting effects, I guess, in those Godzilla films.
So here's a question. Where did you get that? Because the only Ultraman that I see is the original Ultraman series that I bought prior to coming to the United Kingdom. I got from Walmart for like $10.
Oh, you can get them off of Amazon. Cool.
Yeah, so you can get the series off of Amazon. All you have to do is just type in Ultraman.
Yeah, you'll have to go into Amazon US. I think.
Right. I see. There we go.
Yeah,
There's
so
the secret.
There's import fees involved, unfortunately. But
did they play on the players? Are they regionless?
So the Ultraman Blu-rays are region free, as far as I'm aware. So that is.
Well, you're playing them in the United Kingdom, so I assume that's pretty good evidence. To be fair.
Well, there's a catch to that. So so the original Ultraman series up until I think it's the 8th series, which is Ultraman Leo, I think, are on Blu-rays. Ultraman 80, which is the series that came after, is on DVD, unfortunately, because there's no Blu-ray transfer for Ultraman 80. Other than that, it's probably my favorite Ultraman series to date, I guess. I've been trying to watch them all in order, and when you've got a series where it's basically all Monster of the Week and there's like 50 episodes in each series, it can get pretty repetitive. So it's like a very slow sort of like chore getting through them sometimes. But it's very enjoyable in small bursts. I'll just say that.
Okay. So is there no overarching story at all? It is just.
There's an overarching story in Ultraman Ace, but they flip-flop between it, really. Like sometimes it seems like they forgot it and it's like, oh yeah, he's back, you know. But other than that, for the most part, all the Ultraman episodes are usually like standalone, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you quite the Ultraman fan? By the sounds of it.
I like the Showa series mostly because as far as I know, the newer series try to aim towards kids a bit more. Like they'll try and I've seen that a couple of series of the new series, and it's like they've always got like a gimmick, like because in the show, Ultraman is usually a human that uses a device to transform, right? And I believe sometime during the 90s, Bandai took a stake in Super Riot Productions. So all the transformation devices from like, I think the early 2000s onwards are like kids' toys, essentially, rather than something meaningful like in the older series. So if you want to start watching Ultraman, I recommend starting with the Showa series. If you just want pure, just 1960s, 70s tokusatsu, really. Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to see the new one, the Shin Ultraman. I'll perhaps start there. And if I like it, go back.
Yeah, it's probably my most anticipated film, actually. I've been really looking forward to it, especially after hearing about the it's getting a US theatrical release. So hopefully it means it'll come out here. But we'll see, I guess.
You never know.
We'll have to tap Manga UK and see if they'll release it similar to the way they did with Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it was like, what, 2-day release at the cinema.
And then they extended it.
And then they extended it because it did well, yeah. So, yeah, never know. I mean, I take it this is a standalone film. It's not gonna... we can go in as non-Ultraman viewers.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like basically, from what I've heard, it's like just a complete... You don't need to watch anything prior to enjoy it, I suppose.
Those are the best films.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Shin Godzilla.
Looking at you, Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, kind of got a bit what's the word? Kind of went on a bit there. I guess I'll pick on someone else now. Now I asked Joe last time, so Paul, what have Kaiju been up to?
Right. Well, not a large, dangerous, scaly thing, but very, very small things. Pokemon. We're going to say they're monsters.
Wow. Well, they're yokai.
They're yokai.
Coast Alex. So
Pokemon. They're monsters.
I thought you weren't Pokemon oriented, Paul.
Do you know what? I'm not. But my son got a phone for his birthday.
Oh, here we go.
And so him and his friends have been going off Pokemon hunting. But in order for him to have on Pokemon Go, but I had to set up his account. To set up his account, I had to create an account.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah. And then my son ran out to was like, come on, Dad, let's go Pokemon hunting. And so I've now been playing Pokemon Go. I don't know if I should be happy or sad about this. But
it's a pretty wholesome game, Paul.
It's pretty simple, isn't it? You go around and you flick a ball at a monster, but I'm now getting to see all these monsters. I haven't battled. Actually, no, I did battle someone at a gym.
You're getting there, Paul. If you just started, you're going to get there.
I'm getting there, but
takes a bit.
Literally, my son took my phone off me. I was like, because he had run out of Pokeballs, and he's just, I'm going to play on your account, Dad. Fine, go catch me something. And then he got me this. What's the big Charizard? The big orange dragon. Yeah,
Charizard.
Yeah, he got this massive dragon. I thought, wow, that's really cool.
It's not often that you get Charizard right off the bat. I mean, I feel like that's a bit of cheating there, Paul. I don't know how you pulled that off.
No, because I had to choose my first one, and
Charmander.
No. I think I chose Charmander at first, and he's been, I've had him since the start, and then randomly this Charizard, which is an evolution of Charmander. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You're getting there.
He was there. He was just in the garden one weekend, which is amazing because he was like 1,000 HP or whatever compared to my 100 of Charmander.
It's the summertime. All the weird things come out.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, is it because I don't play it much? They're trying to tempt me in. Does it do things like that where it's like, oh,
no, not really. No? Basically, it goes in cycles. And right now, as we record this, it is Dinosaur Week. All the prehistoric Pokemon are out. And if you walk 5 kilometers, you get the Tyrannosaurus Pokemon, Tyrunt, which evolves into Tyrantum, which is a rock and dragon type Pokemon, but it looks like a T-Rex.
Okay, just by walking, you don't even need to catch it.
Well, you get tasks to do, like on a weekly basis or like a daily basis or whatever. And if you go on like the weekly tasks or something like that, if you walk 5 kilometers, there's a Pokemon encounter. And this week it is Tyrantum, because this week it has debuted. It hasn't been in Pokemon Go previously. So how rare it is, I don't really know. But right now you can get it just by walking 5 kilometers. So that's pretty cool. Tyranitar, which evolves from Larvitar and Pupitar, it is actually modeled off of Godzilla. So,
oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, Larvitar is like the little green one that wanders around right now, and it's a lot more common because it's kind of got like that prehistoric rock ground type Pokemon vibe. So we've got that, and then Pokemon Go's kind of like hitting a lot of bases for Joe this week because I've got my dinosaurs.
Right, so you've got your dinosaurs, but they're not dinosaurs; they're Pokemon.
Yeah, they're Pokemon monster dinosaurs, so totally kaiju. That's how we're going
to absolutely, yeah. I know. I think I like the designs of a lot of them. I'm catching them. I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. I like how they are. No. They're based on animals.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon are based on animals, and it is kind of neat to like see because there's so many of them now. They must have a very creative design team.
There's nearly 800 on there.
I know that the I believe the main artist that designs the new Pokemon is on Twitter as well. I think it's like an American guy living in Japan that designs all the Pokemon monsters for like some of the newer games, but I'm not sure. I completely forget what his name is, but he does have a Twitter account where he does post like drawings that he's been working on and all that. So
that's got to be a pretty hard job.
What you got to do, Paul, is you got to set up like a running route that you do and just pop your phone on and pop it in your pocket or something so that you can like start like leveling your Pokemon up, because this game essentially rewards you for being,
right, for exercising, isn't it?
Active and exercising. So if you do that, because like you're an adult, you can go off and running alone, whatever you want. Kids can't, or at least in theory they shouldn't. So my kids are always like, your Pokemon are always so good. I'm like, I exercise. Thank you very much. You want to come out running with me? No. We continue to suck then.
Okay, because my son gave me a buddy who gets me candy, and he says that
you use the candy to level up.
So you catch candy by going out for walks then?
Yeah, whenever you catch a Pokemon, you get that Pokemon's candy. And whenever you have a Pokemon as a buddy and you walk, that buddy will accumulate candy. Depending upon how rare it is, it accumulates candy slower or faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've managed to download the game and catch some Pokemon, including quite an impressive looking one. So I'm happy.
There you go.
There's definitely a lot to learn.
You could do a lot worse than Charizard, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I could. I got this little Tweedle. What's like? It's like this little caterpillar thing. It was
Weedle,
that's the one. And it was like 20 HP. And I thought, what is that?
I'm a Gen 1. I'm an OP Pokemon person, people. So that is how I know all of the original 151 names.
I was thinking you seem to know a lot of the names.
I was there when it came out in the States. I was there in prime Pokemon craziness. So
yeah, I'm a Gen 1 person myself. I mostly played like stuff like Pokemon Red and all that. I also had like all not all the trading cards, but the time that I got into like Pokemon trading cards, everyone was into like Yu-Gi-Oh at the time, and I was like the only one into Pokemon. So
I was kind of along a similar line. Everybody in my town played Magic, and I was collecting Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I still have all of the original Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I whipped out some images of the binder and put them up on Instagram, and I got a flood of messages just like, "Are you selling? Are you selling? Are you selling?" I'm just like,
for the right price.
So like, yeah, I went and looked at like how much these things are worth, and I'm like, holy shit, these aren't living in the garage anymore. They're going in my office. Sorry for swearing, children. Anyways, yeah, glad you're into Pokemon, Paul.
So I'm going to get into Pokemon. It's a nice father-son activity there, going out Pokemon hunting. So yeah, that's cool.
We like some pocket monsters. Cool.
Yeah, why not? Also, since whenever we last spoke, they had the Call of Duty Godzilla event. So,
yes, they did. How was that?
Have you played it, Connor?
So when I was waiting for my engine to get set up in my new flat, or as soon as it got set up, the first thing I did was buy that Godzilla costume.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the event's over, but you can still, for a limited time, still get those costumes for Kong and Mechagodzilla. But other than that, it was fun. I'm terrible at Call of Duty, but it's fine.
Okay, but I say because I don't play it, and I tried it. I was terrible at it,
Mhm.
and I thought I was tempted to buy some of the skins, especially that Mechagodzilla one. It looked so cool.
Oh yeah,
Having like the red lights and the gun that fires like a red tracer, so it's like a beam of like it was but it was like 15 quid. I think they were £15 each. I was
15
like,
quid for a skin on a game.
yeah, I was like, oof. I was like, no, because I'm never going to play the game again. I thought I'm just here for the event.
the
And
only. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'll just say about the event. Basically, it's Call of Duty Warzone, so it's the battle royale. You jump out the plane, blah blah blah. But on the map, we've now got Godzilla and Kong, and they're not fighting each other. They're just roaming around. But if you collect a device, no, you collect intel, Monarch intel, and you get a device which is called Scream, I believe it was, which is a bit like the Orca, and you can direct one of the Titans to attack an area. So where there's an enemy, you can say, "Hey Godzilla, fire your breath there," or Kong, throw a rock. But the animations of Godzilla and Kong, it was like they were just on a loop.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't want to put too much into it because it was a limited event. But I was kind of like, oh, there goes Godzilla, walks, goes underwater for a bit, comes up. It's just doing the same thing back and forth. I was like, it's cool for 1 or 2 matches. Then I'm bored of it.
They blew all their budget on that CGI trailer that came out to promote it, which looks really good.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. The only thing that kind of bugs me about that event was you can shoot Godzilla with a gun, and he can stagger.
Yeah.
Just these tiny bullets just somehow push him back in the water. It's like, oh god. But,
that's it. Yeah, I was shooting him with a pistol, and it made him unconscious. I was like, wow, what a great gun I've got.
It's like the Halo pistol then.
Yeah.
Headshot insta kill.
Oh god.
We don't have to gun violence, children. Especially to large, dangerous, scaly things. It's dangerous.
Yeah, just winds them up in real life. It's not like a video game.
Yep. There was another funny thing that came out of that event, and it was an art contest that Activision was holding. And the aim of the art contest was to create posters promoting the event. And
oh, that's cool.
Well, it's cool, and then you realize they give you a set of rules, right?
Oh.
And it's less rules and more legal requirements. Like stuff like Godzilla cannot be green. You cannot refer to the atomic breath as atomic breath. You must only include Godzilla and Kong. You cannot include any other monsters from the Godzilla series. You cannot call Kong King Kong. All that sort of stuff. And it's just like 6 pages of just legal requirements to even enter this competition. It was
wow.
Oh God. It was like a joke almost. It's like no fun allowed in this competition. But,
yeah, I'll be interested to see what came out of that. But it's a shame they tied it so badly like that.
Oh yeah. Oh god. And I haven't checked if anyone actually submitted any entries, but I just remember just seeing the post at the time and just finding it very funny. Yeah. But
I don't know much about it, but I did see, shout out to the Kaiju news outlet, they posted a picture from the Call of Duty event, and it was like a wall paint, a cave painting of a Titan that hasn't been in the films, and they're wondering if that's a tease towards what could it be in a potential new MonsterVerse feature.
Yeah, well, we've been kind of spoiled with the MonsterVerse because we're getting another film and we're getting a series. I'm quite chuffed about all of this.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a Skull Island series as well, I believe. We've got the Godzilla series on Apple.
There's a Godzilla Kong series on Apple, and then a while back we talked with Joe DeVito, and there was a different Kong series which he was involved in, and that would have been his version of Kong, but with the Godzilla Kong series on Apple TV and the potential for another Kong series, I think it could be a bit confusing. So it might not be the right time to market it. I don't know. Interesting times there.
Mhm.
But yeah, spoiled for choice at the moment. It's a great time to be a kaiju fan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the way that I've seen it, from 2014 onwards has essentially just been a kaiju renaissance. I think, in terms of like, I think
it would be safer to say it started with Pacific Rim.
that's true. Yeah. I sometimes think Pacific Rim sort of popularized the word kaiju because definitely growing up, I always just called them monster movies, and after that, it's just they're kaiju movies, you know. But
have either of you seen the second season of Pacific Rim: The Black?
I haven't yet. I saw the first season, and
it went kind of Attack on Titan, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Part of me got a tinfoil hat on. I think it was always just one season, and Netflix probably split it up into 2 bits just to keep subscribers. But that's just a tinfoil hat theory, because I think they've supposedly done that a lot with other series. Like they did a He-Man series, which is kind of off topic, but yeah, sort of like that. And it's like they're promoting it as the final season of Pacific Rim: The Black or something. But I don't know. But I've yet to watch the second series.
I haven't personally seen it myself either. I have been wrapped up in a few other little side projects and whatnot, but I am mildly curious to see how that went or how that would end, because it was a long time coming and everybody was really hyped for it. And then it was a cartoon, and then the cartoon had interesting animation style choices. It's just, I feel like they made it a lot more niche than they had to. They could have gone with something safe and satisfied fans and potentially gotten a lot more out of it. But we'll see how the second season ends up, and could surprise me. Could be quite pleasant.
Yeah. So Joe, sorry, what have kaiju been up to?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Paul. So you got me a subscription for Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
And I have really been enjoying that. Freddie Williams' art is absolutely fantastic on both the covers and the insides. I'm enjoying the plot. It's everything that, 7-year-old Joe, 8-year-old Joe would have absolutely loved. And I'm having a great time, and I'm just full of nostalgia with it. I also finally picked up a copy of Ready Player One, the book. And I'm excited to see how it differs from the movie, because I heard that there are different characters in there. So I want to see how that goes down. I know I'm not allowed to say it, Paul, but I did watch Prehistoric Planet. It was absolutely incredible. Get your free trial of Apple TV and watch that. It is so good. And they were quite cheeky, because all the dinosaurs that they put in that series are the same ones that appear in Jurassic Park Dominion, or at least most of them. And the scientifically accurate ones do not look like the ones in Jurassic Park Dominion. So
do they look better or what? Like, do they look cooler?
All right. So for me, the accuracy and the real world animal vibes are cooler than making something look like a monster. Mm-hmm. So the animals in Jurassic Park don't have feathers, or at least they didn't for a long time. And they don't have like jowls. They don't have saggy flesh. If you look at Rexy, or Roberta, as she is known in the Jurassic World film franchise, the T-Rex, her skull is shrink wrapped. So you can kind of see her skull underneath the skin. Where in real life, Tyrannosaurus Rex had incredibly powerful jaw muscles. Like that skull is just covered with muscle. So Rexy would have been like this jowly, kind of plump-faced, like really strong-looking animal. But in the Jurassic Park franchise, she looks like really, like, again, shrink-wrapped. So she looks a lot different than what she would have in real life. And then there are a lot of unnecessary spikes and teeth and like scutes and osteoderms in Jurassic Park, whereas in real life, there were feathers and flabby bits and just like all sorts of neat stuff. Like Jurassic Park, it doesn't show lips. So I think the raptors have lips, but Rexy doesn't have lips. The Giganotosaurus doesn't have lips. There's a variety of things that you see in Jurassic Park that have been made to look them made or put there to make them look more ferocious. When in reality, they don't look like actual animals. But when they look like actual animals, it's just so much more interesting. And yeah, Prehistoric Planet totally nailed it. It was just fantastic. It felt like I was watching Planet Earth, only there was prehistoric animals in it. And the really cool thing is it has been so successful that the showrunners are like, well, we'd love to do more because we only did like a 6 million year snippet of like the 100 million years plus that dinosaurs were on the planet. So it was pretty great. I really enjoyed it. The kids really enjoyed it too.
Oh, good.
Just a Prehistoric Planet that's kind of ruined Jurassic Park for me just because of how good the dinosaurs look in that series.
Yeah, Prehistoric Planet does look better than Jurassic Park. Watch it in HD. It's so good. The CGI in that show, because they didn't use practical effects, it's all CGI.
But Joe, you hate that.
I know, but the CGI that they used is like photorealistic. It is next level stuff. It is so good. Anyways, pausing the dinosaur train for a little bit, like what I did there. Anyways, I did do something else. We have a young adult in the home, and I decided to try the Netflix Evangelion on them. And Nerve, or whatever it was, kind of started to get on my nerves pretty quickly.
Yeah. So you have to roll your arms.
Nerve. Yeah, I did not like the Netflix dub. I'm sorry, Netflix. I'm really glad that you made it accessible to fans, but you should have stuck with the original.
Yeah.
They thought it was interesting, but we stopped at episode 2, and we went on to something different. We wanted to at least watch the fight. It was interesting because the boys kept trying to like sneak in. It's like, is that a monster fight? Oh, that thing looks gnarly. Oh, explosions. Oh, what's this? Like, this is not for your age group. So yeah, it was kind of interesting to just watch that go down.
Yeah, to all those listeners who young listeners that are anime fans, wait until you're like 18 to watch Evangelion.
Yeah, to be fair, our watcher was 14, and I feel like that was a decent time. I don't feel like there's anything necessarily in Evangelion that goes well above and beyond something that like a 14-year-old couldn't handle, or at least a mature one,
Yeah.
You see people naked, but I mean, like, they're just people naked. There's no like real crazy context there. I think in the second episode you see Shinji running out of a shower, like absolutely flabbergasted that a penguin's walking out of there at the same time. And it was a really great gag because his roommate, I forget her name, even though I watched it just the other day. She takes like a beer can, starts drinking it because the beer can's covering up, what's hanging off of Shinji.
Yeah.
She takes the beer can away, and there's like a smaller can of soda that's still obscuring it. It's just like a great joke. You're like, oh my God, there's another can.
It's like that scene in Austin Powers.
Yeah, it was funny, but like the gag's just going that far back. But it was interesting. And yeah, I remember back we had our Evangelion podcast episodes, and we were talking about the Netflix dub. And I have to say, like, it really is not as good. It doesn't hit on all those cylinders. I mean, someone who's never seen the original dub, they won't be able to tell the difference, obviously, and they don't know what they're missing, but the original dub is better, and that probably has a lot of like reason as to why it costs so much to get, to be perfectly frank.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think the original dub is available on Amazon Prime, just to throw that out there.
I was a way to say there was like a special edition set that came out, I think, last year of Evangelion, which included both dubs, like just for that special edition set. it still doesn't include Fly Me to the Moon, so 0 out of 10. It's just like it's just one of those.
Cruel Angel's Thesis is. Do you really need more than that?
Well, it's like
that was another thing. The kids wanted me to like fast forward through that, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, which is a pity because Fly Me to the Moon is on the Japanese Blu-ray apparently. So for us Westerners, tough luck.
Those poor Westerners.
Yeah,
sad times. Anyways. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to go to Kaiju Letters and see what you guys have written us. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Welcome back to Kaiju Curry House, episode 96. And we are back with myself, Connor, Paul, and Joe.
Howdy there, folks. So when we left off, we were going to go over some letters. We are dubbing this Kaiju Conversations now. Paul's come up with another stellar name for a segment. So, Paul, you have the most questions this week. What you got for us?
Right. So, Tom Tyler has
Tom, you're a gem. You write in every episode.
Oh yeah. So our buddy Tom, he was just saying that he's been really enjoying the Pacific Rim, the Black Netflix series. So he watched Ultraman, and has
you were
now
sitting on this question. We could have had a review here.
I know.
We could talk about Ultraman, but
so he's just really enjoying it, and was curious what our thoughts were. I'll start off and I'll say, when I first saw the trailer, I said no because it looked rubbish. I saw that it was going to be about a group of kids and I thought, nope, don't care. I ended up watching it and it was better than I expected, but still not great. It ended up being.
What are your thoughts on Godzilla's Revenge, Paul?
A cinematic masterpiece.
I don't understand why you're so cynical about Pacific Rim Black then. Come on now.
But it's fine. It's not bad anyway, but I don't know, maybe it's just a bit generic for me. I was on my phone a lot of the time when I was watching it. That's how engrossed I was.
Oh Lord.
So obviously it didn't grab me.
Fair enough.
But it grabbed me enough that I kept on watching it to see how it ended. But I didn't feel like I need to watch the next one. There was none of that.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I don't think Connor's seen it yet.
You haven't seen it? What, even season 1?
Oh, I've seen season 1.
Season 1,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It goes a bit Attack on Titan at the end. That's where it left off with me. I was like, oh, they went there. Where did all of that mass come from? I mean, that seems to defy physics. What's going on here? But anyways,
I haven't seen Attack on Titan. Is that better than Pacific Rim: The Black then?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first season. First season's good. First
Okay.
season's really good. Yeah.
So Attack on Titan for me, I couldn't get into the series, but I have seen the live action films, which was made by Toho and directed by Shinji Higuchi, who was the special effects director for Shin Godzilla, as well as the Heisei Gamera films. And I believe it might be the last time we will see for a while actual like practical sort of monster suits in a Toho film. And in a way, the live action like Attack on Titan movies are like a spiritual successor to like War of the Gargantuas, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, I don't have much interest in the show, but I really do enjoy those 2 movies that came out.
There you go. Okay. Right. What's the next question, Paul? Let's keep it going.
Okay. So let me just bring it up. So Sally has written in to say, what is your favorite Pokemon and why?
This seems very coincidental here, Paul.
Well, that's why I was.
People are going to think we're making these questions up.
No,
we aren't, by the way.
We aren't. No. And to add to that, I'm reading the mess now. Her favorite is Psyduck.
That's a class favorite Pokemon. To be fair, you're a cool person.
She says, he's always been my favorite since I was 10. He just reminded me of myself because he never seemed to know what was going on.
Paul, have you ever watched Detective Pikachu?
No.
Your kids are into Pokemon right now, right?
Yeah.
Watch Detective Pikachu.
Okay. Is Psyduck in Detective Pikachu then?
Psyduck is in Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
But I mean, like, just Detective Pikachu is just a fun movie, even if you aren't a Pokemon fan. It's just fun. It's really enjoyable.
Okay. So, God, who are your favorite Pokemon and why?
Connor, what you got?
Gengar, because it's Gengar as well. I like the ghost Pokemon just because, like.
Do you think Gengar is Lickitung's ghost?
That's a good question.
Because I'm noticing a strong similarity in one aspect.
Was Lickitung in Generation 1 or was he 2?
Yeah, Gen 1.
Maybe. I don't know. Like,
what's the Gengo look like?
Gengar's like a big purple thing with like
a big purple thing, right?
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog dyed purple, had way too many donuts, and has a big tongue.
No, there was another Pokemon that looked similar to Gengar. I forget what it was. It was like
Haunter?
a pink. Oh god.
There are some people in this who listen to this podcast who love Pokemon. They listen to this is like, Joe, you're a troll.
Oh man. I like all the Pokemon designs. There we go.
Well, I've only played one Pokemon game, and that was, I want to say Sun, Pokemon Sun.
Mm-hmm.
I played that for a few hours, and my first Pokemon I chose was Listen, which is basically a cat.
With like cat, yeah.
It's black cat with like a red flame, and so I suppose that's the only Pokemon I really have a connection to, because that's the only one I've had in my party until I got Pokemon Go and thought, Charizard looks really cool. So yeah, that's it.
There are a lot of kids who grew up in the 90s who would agree with you there. Charizard does look pretty cool.
It does, yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot cooler than some of the other things I've seen. Who was your favorite, Joe?
So I have to split it between 3.
Wow.
I love Lugia, Lapras, and Gyarados. For Alligator's an honorable mention. Because Feraligatr does look just like Godzilla. He even has a beam attack, and he comes out of the water.
Okay, yeah.
You could even say Lugia is very close to being a kaiju itself because it's a big like thing, I guess. A big
Lugia's awesome. So I'm at this age where my kids love Pokemon. So like I watch the cartoons and I have an excuse. So there's this movie, like it's the Hoopa movie, right? And it's Hoopa Unbound. That's the name of the movie. And Hoopa is like this cutesy little Pokemon, but Hoopa has 2 sides. There's a dark side, which is very powerful. And then there's like happy little Hoopa, who's like your friend and puts chilies in your lunch and you don't know it. Anyway, the bound up Hoopa is the dark one, and someone decides to like let that loose. So it's looking for cute Hoopa so they can merge into one and be Ultra Hoopa or whatever again. And little Hoopa doesn't want to be scary and wants to be nice and all this stuff. So its hoops, where it gets its name, can open up to wherever it wants to do whatever it wants. So it can go through the hoops to a different location, or it can bring others from a different location or things from a different location. So the Hoopa, dark Hoopa, is like hardcore, like epic level, like monstrous Pokemon. And basically the first Pokemon that Hoopa's just like, we need help, opens up a ring and Lugia's there. And Lugia like trashes Ultra Hoopa. And I thought that was really cool. And one of the reasons I love Lugia is because it was supposed to originally be a maternal Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And they gave it a male voice. So what you get with Lugia as a telepathic Pokemon that, you can understand and comprehend, it doesn't just say its name. Lugia ends up being like a very soft, friendly father figure, like style Pokemon, like when it's talking and the way that its mannerisms work and stuff like that, because it was animated originally to be female and they kind of kept that going. But it's also like drop dead powerful. Basically, there are 3 other legendary Pokemon, and if they throw the elements out of line, Lugia is there to put them straight, and it's kind of neat like that. So I like Lugia. I like Gyarados because it's just like an angry fish monster, and there's no negotiating with a Gyarados, which I always thought that was great. It also evolves from Magikarp, which is arguably the most powerful Pokemon ever to exist. Lapras looks just like Plesiosaur. Who doesn't love that? And yeah, I already mentioned Feraligatr. Yeah, those are my favorite Pokemon. Sorry to give such an in-depth explanation, but my kids and I have been playing a lot of Pokemon lately. So there we go. So that's great. Yeah, so I had one question, and it was that we have been reading, or there's an assumption that we have been reading Godzilla versus the Power Rangers. So-and-so was looking for a wee bit of a spoiler and wanted to know if Godzilla is actually fighting the Power Rangers or if it is a buddy-buddy team up and what's going on there.
So spoilers.
Earmuffs for all the spoilers, people. Godzilla more than holds his own. The thing about Godzilla is he has this wicked healing factor, and if you hit him with a beam attack, he can absorb it in some cases. So if you happen to have like a big shiny sword that has that like throws lightning bolts, and you try and attack Godzilla with it, he is going to eat that energy and throw it back at you, which may happen.
Yeah. So not a buddy team up. They are fighting. Well, initially they're fighting, then they could become. It's a bit like
there's a clear winner in that fight too. Let's just say some residents of Angel Grove do not know with whom they are messing with. So yeah. Anyways, there is one scene. You have to read this book. It's really cool. But there is one scene within the comics, and Rita and the Planet X controller have basically, come together, and they're unleashing all their monsters basically at the same time. They're pissed for whatever reason. I'm not going to give away spoilers, but they just released everything, and the actual line of dialogue verbatim is something very close to. It's just like, Godzilla can't handle all the monsters on his own, or can't quite handle all the monsters on his own. So it's just like, okay, the Megazord, like sometimes like it comes up against like one monster, it can kind of struggle. Godzilla's here like fighting 10, and he's just still like blasting them. It's just like, all right, there's a clear difference in power here. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I really love what they're doing with it. And it's a great book. And if you're a fan of MMPR, it definitely ticks all the right boxes. It is quite, or what do you want to say, respectful of the source material there. And if you're a Godzilla fan, like, it's great. He's just like a walking hurricane. What can you say? So totally worth your time. Pick it up. We're on issue 3 right now of 5. And then the trade paperback comes out in the UK, at least, in October. And that's up for pre-orders. Yep, and that's up on Amazon. I think at the time I ordered it was like £12.99. So it is totally not breaking the bank. Go for it. But yeah, those are our kaiju conversations. And yeah. Well, what are we going to go on about now, folks?
Well, I guess now we can say, if nothing else, unless there is something else.
We've nattered on for that long?
Pretty much, yeah. As if we could do that.
Yeah, we totally could. Connor, throw out an if nothing else for us, buddy.
Okay, if nothing else, watch Ultraman 80. It's a good series, as well as read the Jurassic Park books.
Is it actually called awesome. Ultraman 80?
Yep.
It is right, okay.
Ultraman with the number 80 at the end.
They were pulling no punches with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I wonder what year it came out then.
There you go.
Well, seeming you picked me first, Joe, if nothing else.
All right. Well, Connor and I were discussing our favorite Loch Ness Monster movies, and he said that the Loch Ness Horror was his favorite.
No.
Which I may or may not be trolling him with.
I like all the Loch Ness Monster movies equally.
which, if you were privy to that conversation, means that they haven't done one yet that he likes.
No.
Anyways, what I am going to say is you should totally check out Godzilla vs. the Power Rangers. You can subscribe, or you can wait for the trade paperback. But alternatively, if you want something that you can check out nowish, I'm going to say go and look up The Water Horse. It is a Loch Ness Monster movie. It's quite wholesome, to be fair, but it will forever annoy me with the fact that they chose to film in New Zealand rather than Loch Ness.
Well done to us. We could have filmed the Loch Ness, but no, too busy. No.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, that may bug some of you, but it is a very wholesome movie. It's a lovely movie. It's kind of got like a little bit of an edgy vibe to it too, so it's nice for slightly older children. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. Paul, what you got for us?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kaiju Mania, which is a new comic series that's currently on Kickstarter. It's due to complete by the 20th of June, and it's an anthology of 4 monsters, 4 different stories, and they're going to be joined together basically by an alien race, collecting them together and putting them in a big fighting tournament called Kaiju Mania. So it sounds a bit like Mortal Kombat, but with giant monsters. It could be amazing, it could be awful, I don't know, but it's there on Kickstarter. I saw it and I thought, oh, that's quite fun, so I just wanted to give that a shout out, really. Other than that, I will also mention quickly Godzilla, the Hanna-Barbera series, is now on YouTube.
Yes, it is.
So on the official Godzilla channel, they're just releasing the episodes, I think, bit by bit for free. So if you haven't seen them, go check them out, because actually, I don't know if they've aged well, but they were good fun, weren't they? They were good fun.
They are good fun.
Still are good fun.
Very enjoyable stuff.
Okay.
They're very enjoyable, and they're great on like a variety of levels. I mean, like, can we talk about how inclusive that series is for the time? We have a strong female lead who's a scientist. We have a kid. We have a captain. We have a non-white background person who is pulling his own weight. Like, again, awesome. And then, like, yeah, like, they're all scientists. They're all intelligent. They're all doing their bit. Well, except for the kid, but, you know, we'll just say he's clever, right? But, you know, like, I think that's really good. I think that was a very inclusive cast of main characters for that show. And props to them for doing that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I remember loving it as a kid. I mean, and being confused that Godzilla could shoot lasers out of his eyes. But, you know.
Listen, if Shin Godzilla can shoot lasers out his tail, I'm sure we can.
I was waiting for you to say butt there, to be perfectly honest, but you pulled through. There we go.
Yeah.
Joe, take us away.
Folks, as always, thank you for giving us a listen. If you want to write to us for Kaiju Conversations, we are available on Facebook, contact@ukkaiju.com, and Twitter. You can contact us at UK Kaiju or at Kaiju or Curry Kaiju. So let us know what you got. Let us know what you're thinking. And as always, folks, keep it Kaiju. Holy shit, did we just go the entire episode without talking about the new Project Nemesis book?
Oh, movie. No. Wait, not just the book, the movie. That's
the series that they're doing. Hot damn.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought that was just...
I completely forgot about
it. Is that new news? I can't remember when it was announced.
It is new news. And
is it new news?
Is the credits blurb.